Welcome back to the channel, guys. I hope you guys are having a great day. Dude, I love making these videos to help you guys out, but at the same time, I hate them because they make me realize how fast time is going. Dude, I've owned this truck for a whole year already. Like, way too much is happening, way too fast. I love it, life's going great, but it rubs right in my face, like how fast time is really going. That being said, like I told you guys, I've owned this truck for a full year at this point. I wanted to give you guys like a 1-year review on the truck and also kind of like a follow-up update on all the mods, because I know that's a really important thing to a lot of people. They see me do all these mods on all these vehicles. They want to know like what's the drivability like, and it's really hard for me to say. Like on all my cars, I don't drive them a whole lot. I play with them, I rip them around sometimes, but like I don't really daily them. So for any of you guys that don't know or are not familiar with the channel, this is a 2020 Silverado 1500 custom. We got a standard box, a shorter cab. I know a lot of people hate that, but I got a girlfriend and a dog and a couple ATVs. I don't have a family. I don't care about the backseat space. The only people that got to sit there are my friends, and they can suck it. So this is a 5.3 liter V8 paired to the 6-speed. Like I said, it's a custom, so it's basically like just one step up from just a base level truck. Nothing super fancy going on in here. And in just the 1 year I've owned it, I've put 25,000 kilometers on this truck. So I might just be some guy on the internet that is uncertified to give you my opinion, but out of all the people on the internet, I have driven this thing off-road, on-road. I have slept in this thing. I've been in a car accident in this thing. I've used this thing to tow. I've driven this truck across the country. I've driven this truck across the country while towing. I've driven this thing through mud, through sand, through snow, down back roads, down normal roads. Literally done a little bit of everything in the 1 year I've owned this truck. So I might just be a guy on the internet, but at least I've done some stuff. The only thing I haven't done with this truck is used it as like a daily to go to work. I work from home, so I literally use this truck to do truck stuff. It only ever leaves my house when I need to do something truck related. And like I told you guys, I'm gonna do the truck first, and then I'm gonna come back and touch on the mods. So if you guys are interested in the mods, just stick around for a little bit. So starting with the truck, I bought this truck, like I said, strictly out of a need to have a truck. I'm a car guy. I have lots of cars. I bought this thing to haul them around, you know, haul ATVs, do literally pick up rocks, whatever the heck I need to do with the truck is why I own this truck. Now, I know a lot of you guys are gonna appreciate the bluntness here, but I have driven Fords, I've worked at Ford, I've driven Rams. I love both of those. I'm not here to say something's better than the other. I would probably drive a Ford. I'm not a picky guy. I literally like all kinds of different stuff. But if you ask me my opinion on this truck, if I liked it, if you should buy one, I would hands down tell you all day. If this is the entry level one and you can only get better from here, dude, I will buy this truck all day, every day. Like I told you guys, I use this truck all the time to do truck stuff. It has never let me down. It's literally all I would tell you if you said, should you buy one, was yes. The truck itself rides super, super smooth. Things like gas mileage and stuff on this thing are exactly what I would expect. I get like 500-ish kilometers to a tank, but this also has a very small gas tank. It's like 80 or 90 liters or something. This is the smaller tank, and it still does really, really well on gas. But I mean, like as far as the truck and all the features and stuff, I told you guys, I absolutely love this truck. All the features, everything has worked super, super well for me. There's a couple things I complain about, and I'll get to them. Like I said, I bought this truck to do truck stuff, and as far as the truck stuff goes, I'm actually super impressed. This thing has never given me any issues. I usually haul around cars. I have like a flatbed car trailer, and I have a couple cars that I haul around. I loaded this thing up at one point like to the max. Like there's a whole truck was full. The bed was absolutely jammed. I had a trailer and a car on it with a set of wheels. Car was full of stuff, and we moved across the entire country. And this thing always had enough power. Like we drove through mountains, we drove through deserts, we drove across just flat plains. And I never felt like this thing didn't have enough power when towing. It always actually did pretty good. It never even really revs out too high, even doing like mountain climbs. And one feature that I really, really like with this is the tow mode. So I don't use it a whole lot because it revs it out a lot more than I would want it to. But one thing that's really handy is like when I'm in the mountains, for example, when you're coming down and you put it in tow mode, it'll downshift like really appropriately. It doesn't do it too soon, doesn't do it too late. It'll kind of like maintain its own speed and torque control with downshifting. In this thing, for downshifting and maintaining speeds and stuff, unreal. I've lent it out to friends to tow boats and to tow whatever they need. No one's ever complained. Everybody always comes back and they're like, bro, I love your truck. It's a nice truck. 4-wheel drive system works great. I've got this thing stuck a couple times. I've got it stuck real bad in snow. I've got it stuck in mud. I've got it stuck in a couple things, and the 4-wheel drive system actually has always impressed me. I always worry about them when I get stuck and I'm like, I don't know if this is gonna do as good as I need it to, and it always does. It always does great. The truck rides really, really smooth. The interior is super clean. I only have probably 2 or 3 complaints with this truck in total, and they're really just like peasantry complaints. Like they're barely complaints, but I'm gonna tell you guys them anyway. The first thing that I do not like about this truck, and this is kind of my fault, I guess. I'll take responsibility for it. It's also kind of the dealership's fault who sold me this truck. So for 2020, GM made center consoles that like open up optional. Like, yeah, you get this as a seat, sure, but there's always been like a flip up right here, like this piece lifts kind of thing, and you get a center console. My truck does not have a center console. I have this. I get this. I can put my phone here. I could put nothing in these and maybe my wallet here and 2 drinks. Nothing here opens. This is it. This huge ass space, and all I get is a storage on top. Problem is that they made this into an option, and a lot of people are getting tricked. So I did the same thing a lot of people are doing. You test drive one of these and it has a flip up console, but you don't say anything about it because you assume that every truck has it, and then you don't tell the guy that you want one because you assume every truck has it. And what ends up happening is you find the truck like I did that I wanted, it was spec'd out the way I wanted it, and I order it, and when I get it there I realize that this doesn't open, and then they tell me that this is an option. I guess I could have done more research, but going from a generational switch to where they always had them to now where they don't always have them, it's something that a lot of people are getting tricked by. It's something that I got tricked by. It's the one thing I hate. I hate that that's an option. It's a huge waste of space. I wish I could put stuff inside of it, but I can't. The only other complaint that I would have is that this backup camera sucks, dude. Like I don't use it. I'm a big mirror guy. I back up using my mirrors like strictly. Like I never use this, but I do use it when I'm trying to line up my trailer ball. And now it's daytime right now, and you can see it's a little chalky, like it's not the best, but it is full blown like the absolute best day to film anything outside right now. So the camera's all right. Like I told you guys, it's a stupid complaint, but at nighttime or when it gets kind of dark or like whatever, there's not a lot of lighting around and I'm trying to back up and find a trailer, it's impossible. It's literally impossible. The camera sucks. And I remember like Brad's Jeep's 2019, I think, and his camera's like unreal. It's a brand new vehicle, you would assume it was. And when he got in my truck, he's like, what the f is wrong with your camera, bro? It's a brand new truck. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, I told you guys, it's a stupid complaint. That's literally the only two things I can complain about. I'm not a picky guy. I bought this truck to do what it needs to do. So of course, those are the only things I really have to say. So to summarize, I've had no problems with this truck. I absolutely love this truck. I feel like people only post videos about reviews or whatever when they have complaints, so they have things that they want to shit on. So this truck definitely earned a review of me basically having nothing to say about it because it has done an amazing job. What I do know a lot of you guys are gonna be interested in is how all these mods held up. I know, like, for example, when I lifted it, a lot of people shit on the lift kit. They were like, yo, that lift kit, it's not gonna do well for towing. Before I even installed the bags, I drove across the country with this lift kit already on. Like I did most of these mods right away. So when I drove it across the country, like maxed out, it was with this lift kit and it did great. But anyways, I'm just gonna give you guys a quick little rundown how everything has lasted over the last year. As far as the mods go too, I guess I should say, I will link all the videos to all the mods that we did down below. If you guys wanna check out those videos, or if you guys wanna find any of the parts, all those videos have links to the parts. So check out the videos linked down below to find the parts you want in the description of the videos that are linked down below. I did basically all these mods right away when I got the truck, so I've got a pretty good feel for how all of them are going. We have the 1552 Turbomac HD wheels. We got Toyo Open Country RTs, they're 35 by 12.5. We got the Beltec 4-inch lift kit. We got the MBRP exhaust. We got the airlift bags, help me when I'm towing. And we have a cold air inductions intake. All just enough to give it a little bit of spice, a little bit of personality. We'll start with the wheels and tires. Wheels, I don't think you can really review wheels. I think they look sexy and that's what matters. So you can't really review a wheel. Wheels are personal choice. Tires, they're so quiet, dude. The RTs, the MTs apparently are noisy. The RTs, bro. These things have done fantastically off-roading over rocks and mud and any kind of off-road situation I've put them in, they've actually held up really, really well. Driving down the road, they basically make zero road noise. You can hear them if everything's off, everything is dead silent inside the truck. You can hear the tires, but it's not like $40 Chinese tires on it. Like these are so quiet. Only thing I wish these did a little bit better in was the snow. They do good, but I've had better in the snow. As far as these boys, the Beltec Lift Kit, 4-inch lift kit. So it's basically 2 in the rear, 4 in the front to level the truck out at 4 inches. This thing rides as smooth, if not smoother than factory. When I first bought this truck, I was blown away because I'd never had a brand new truck. I was like, dude, this is so smooth. And then I swapped this stuff on and I didn't even really notice I was lifted. You notice it a little bit on bigger bumps. So when you're driving on the road, it's fine. If you hit like a pothole, it's a little bit stiffer with this setup than it used to be with the other setup, but it's a little bit. I don't know how else to tell you guys. It just literally just feels like stock. It feels like exactly like OEM felt, which is exactly what you want. And even as far as the lift goes, like I told you guys, I can load up my full car hauler with a car on it and everything, and it never squatted too bad. It did basically exactly what a stock suspension setup would have done. The reason I got bags was because I like to go on like trips with cars or whatever weight in the back. Sometimes it gets a little sketchy if it's raining, if it's snowing or whatever, and the front end is pulled way up. You lose like a lot of steering. And especially now that we moved back to Ontario, one thing I did not want was to lose steering in the snow. I want that front end planted as it can be. This is a street performance kit. I've taken it off-road. I've beat the absolute crap out of the suspension. Everything's held up great. Exhaust, again, I mean, exhaust is what exhaust is. This one comes through these little stock grill things here. I like that. I kind of think it's kind of cool, kind of sleepery. You don't even really know it's there. It just sounds super good. Other than that, I think it sounds good, performs well, everybody's happy. Paired with the cold air intake, give it a, I mean, it says it gives it a little bit extra horsepower, it says it gives it a little bit extra noise. We didn't notice a whole lot when we put it in there, but I thought it would be cool just to throw it on and see what happened. It's a cold air inductions intake, went on super easy, wasn't super expensive, looks really nice. And the final mod we have on this truck that I have done to it is the bags. This is the only one that I haven't had for as long. I did all this stuff basically right when I got the truck. I got these bags probably 8 months ago or so. I was already back in Ontario. So this boy got the Airlift Wireless 1 setup. Basically, when I put the suspension on the truck, it levels it. So usually trucks have like a little bit of a rake. You can put a payload in it and it levels the truck out. Now when you put payload in it, it leans, and like I told you guys, when it leans, it brings the front end up. It's a little bit worse for steering. Now that we're in Ontario and it snows and stuff, I really didn't want to deal with that in the middle of winter. So we got the Airlift. This is the remote for the wireless one. There's also an app for your phone. The Airlift was actually one of the easiest things I've ever installed. Unfortunately, these brackets probably just aren't really made for, you know, Canadian winters. You can see right here, this one's got a little bit of rust going on, and this one's fine. I don't know how that happens, but we threw both bags up, got all the lines and everything in there, and then, like I said, this one's the wireless one. Here you guys can see I got the little computer thing going. It's a little bit rough. I probably should have built some sort of little housing around it or something to protect it from debris and stuff hitting it, but I didn't. So it's been beat on a little bit more than I would like it to, but I mean, everything there is held up great. I put these guys back here on the license plate. This one's a dummy, this one's a filler. Basically so I can manually inflate the bags if I ever had to, if that thing failed, but that thing hasn't. I've used it in like the middle of winter when it was really cold, and I installed it in the middle of summer last year. So far it's good. I got the fail safe just in case, but I've never had to use it, never had any issues. And I believe these bags go up to 100 PSI, and I don't think I've ever run them more than like 40. I think in the install video, I ran them at like 60 because I didn't really know what I was doing. But after that, like even just taking the Genesis to the track, I run them at like, I think 25, maybe 30. Like it's not a whole lot that you need in there. It's just enough to get the back end up a little bit, make the truck feel like it's still a bit planted. But yeah, dude, I think that's it. To be honest, it wasn't, you know, super exciting story time, nothing crazy. Like I told you guys, great truck. All the mods I've done are also super great. I'll leave links to all the videos down below for all the mods. But yeah, if you're looking for a truck to do truck stuff and you don't need anything super special, or even if you want to, you know, level this truck up a little bit more, obviously, you guys can do whatever the heck you want. All I'm saying is this truck has been great to me. I read online that people have issues with it. People complain about the transmission, and people complain about the brakes. Or people love to complain. This truck is great. All the mods have been great. If you guys are trying to buy it, or you guys are thinking about buying it, or you guys have any doubts, just wipe them out, buy the truck. You'll be happy you did. I'll catch you guys next time. Thank you guys so much for watching. Peace out and stay committed.